We begin with breaking news from Uttar Pradesh. The DGP, Director General of Police of the state, has raised a major controversy over the Badaun double gang rape and murders. At a press conference this evening, he said that rape has not been confirmed on one of the victims. He added that the murders in this case may have in fact been an honor killing and that the accused may not have been guilty of hanging the girls from that mango tree. The police will now be conducting lie detector tests and narco tests on the 5 accused in this case. Remember, 3 of them were brothers, 2 are members of the local police. Amir Haq joins us on the phone line for more on this development that's come about. Amir, a major statement by the DGP of the Uttar Pradesh Police. What does he have in support of this claim?
Well, Pierre, the DGP's statement here clearly indicates that the police is taking a different line of investigation than what it initially started with, because earlier the 5 accused that had been arrested right after the incident will perhaps be let off as per him, because he says we can start and initiate action under section 169 of the CRPC, in which these accused could be let off, and there could be a new set of accused against whom a case may be registered at a later stage. Right now, he says that an SIT is in place to investigate the entire murder and gang rape case. Also, that they found lots of evidences which point towards a different line of investigation altogether. He also indicated it in not so many words, but he did indicate that it could also be a case of honor killing. And to back up his claim, he quoted some of those evidences that the SIT and investigating team have found out, which included call details of the victim's family, which were supposedly talking around the time this incident happened late in the night. Also, some physical evidences have also been found from around the place where these victims' body were found hanging from a tree. So definitely DGP clearly trying to say here that the investigation that had happened over the last 1 week or so could entirely take a different angle from here on, and something that might just implicate some other set of accused and also save the face of the UP police over there, because a very important point in what he said was that one of those girls at least has not been found to have been raped there. So there are different sets of physical evidences there, and forensic evidences will perhaps at a later stage exonerate the accused that have already been booked in.
All right, Amir, I just want to break this down a bit at the moment, because there are 2 crimes that have happened here. One is the crime of rape. Now, the DGP says that one of the girls may not have been raped according to evidence that we have, which in other words means at least one of them was gang raped by those 3 men. So in that sense, we know that one of the crimes may have been committed by 3 of the accused. The other crime, which is the crime of murder that these men have been charged with, he's saying they may be innocent of that crime, that it may in fact be an honor killing, which puts the blame on the family. And you say he's quoting call records of the family in support of that claim. So there are 2 separate crimes committed by 2 separate parties in this case? As far as the DGP is concerned.
There was no answers from the DGP when we asked him. He clearly said that at least one of the girls has perhaps not been raped, which comes very clear after the second post-mortem report and the second forensics report that was released by the special investigation team. So definitely, even if one of the girls has not been raped, it will clearly exonerate the first set of accused that were booked in the case, and that will point towards an entirely different premise for the case. Earlier it was thought to be a gang rape case, after which the victims were murdered to cover up the evidences that the accused might have left. But now it seems that the police is pointing towards an honor killing theory, clearly implicating the immediate family of the victims.
All right, but this is what I'm still trying to confirm, Amir, because he says one of the girls was not raped. So he must have a theory of who raped the other girl.
Well, definitely, there are no clear answers to that effect by the DGP there. We wanted to ask a lot of other questions on different aspects of the case, but the DGP did not come clear on them. He said there are a lot of evidences that we've gathered from the scene of the crime, but right now, most of this information is classified. We will not be able to share it with the media. We will be given more information once the SIT is in a position to reveal further evidences about the crime. But right now, he says, we'll still have to wait to see whether it is actually honor killing or it's a case of gang rape and murder.
All right, some incredible comments from the DGP, and as Amir said, some scant details of why the Uttar Pradesh DGP believes that these one of the two girls at least was not raped in Badaun. And according to him, that this may have been a case of honor killing, which puts the blame for the murders on the family and not the 5 accused in this case, at least for the deaths of those two girls. Amir, I want you to stay with us because there's more breaking news we're getting from Uttar Pradesh on this case. As we've been telling you, there have been 45 IPS officers who were transferred this afternoon by the state of Uttar Pradesh. Among them, we're now hearing is the Senior Superintendent of Police, Atul Saxena of Badaun district, also the District Magistrate Shambhunath Yadav. All of this following the rape and murders of those, we should say, at least as far as the Uttar Pradesh DGP is concerned, alleged rapes and murders of those two girls. Amir, if I can come back to you on this. Now, the district administration, in its report on this case, which came out, I think, 2 days after the crime was committed, was categorical. It said the girls were gang raped and that they were murdered by asphyxiation, presumably from being hung on that tree. It said nothing about honor killings. It said nothing about one of them not being gang raped.
Well, Pierre, it seems that is one reason why the SSP there has been suspended, because clearly, as per the DGP, he did not take the kind of interest that an SSP should have taken in such a sensational case. And that was why perhaps the kind of investigation that was taking place was not in the right direction. And now, after a special team was constituted to investigate the case, it is giving an entirely different line of investigation. So therefore, DGP clearly, saying that the SSP has been suspended, he's been punished for not taking the matter seriously. And let me correct you here, the district magistrate there has not been suspended as yet. Apart from that, although there are about 66 transfers of IS officers that have taken place in UP, clearly to spruce up the image of the UP government, which has obviously taken a lot of beating because of the law and order situation here over the last couple of weeks or so.
All right, so we're just going to correct the information, as Amir Haq, our correspondent, pointed out, that the district magistrate Shambhunath Yadav is not among the officials who was suspended this afternoon. There are 45 of them who were suspended and transferred across the state of Uttar Pradesh. But the Senior Superintendent of Police, Atul Saxena, is among those police officers who was transferred or suspended. We have the soundbite that the Uttar Pradesh DGP gave to the media a short while back about his theories of this case. Amir, stay with us while we play out that soundbite for our viewers.
बाद में मैं जब गया हूं, मेरे जाने के बाद मैंने वहां फोरेंसिक साइंस की टीम को भेजा था, एफएसएल लेबोरेटरी को भेजा था, और पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट की जो हमने जानकारी की है, पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट में बदायूं में जो हॉस्पिटल में जो पोस्टमार्टम हुआ है, उसमें लिखा था कॉज ऑफ डेथ ड्यू टू एंटेमॉर्टम हैंगिंग। हाउएवर, हमने जब उसका परीक्षण करवाया है एक्सपर्ट्स से अपने, उसमें निकला है पोस्टमार्टम हैंगिंग, यानी कि मारने के बाद उनको लटकाया गया है, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, डेथ कैसे हुआ, उसमें डेथ ड्यू टू एस्फिक्सिया था। इसमें लिखा है डेथ ड्यू टू स्मॉदरिंग एंड वेसोवीगल इनहिबिशन। इसका मतलब है शॉक हुआ, यानी कि किसी ने मुंह में कपड़ा ठूंस के दबा दिया और गला दबा दिया। इन दोनों के चलते हुआ। और ये एक्सपर्ट ने न केवल पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट देखा है, मगर उसकी वीडियोग्राफी हम लोगों ने करवाई थी, वीडियोग्राफी को भी देखा है। वो पोस्टमार्टम लिंचिंग हम कहते हैं उसको, पोस्टमार्टम लिंचिंग के बराबर है।
Nalin Kohli of the BJP is on the phone line with us. Mr. Kohli, the DGP of Uttar Pradesh says that as per forensic reports, what was once believed to have been an ante-mortem or pre-death asphyxiation of the girls has been confirmed by forensic reports to be a post-mortem hanging of those two girls. This is a major statement because as far as the DGP is concerned, it may even hint at an honor killing in this case.
Well, it's very difficult to make these comments, but so far, if you look at the entire sequence of events that has come out through the media and other people, they point towards a very poor reaction of how the police and the government of Uttar Pradesh reacted to this incident. Number one, the parents or the fathers of the two girls rushed to the police station. They were first asked their cars and then they were asked to wait for 2 hours and the girls would return, which is an indication that the police people had become facilitators. The Uttar Pradesh government has, after all, dismissed the service of these few cops also, because obviously they found that evidence was against them. The second was that after the incident, they were told pick up the girls' bodies hanging from a tree. That image is medieval. It does not belong to a 21st century India.
Absolutely.
It does not belong to a democracy. It's absolutely grotesque. And if you look at it in context of what the young chief minister, whose wife, Dimple Yadav, is also a member of parliament and has never spoken on the incident, his attitude was, yes, it's another crime. He told the reporter, you are safe. What else is to be said? And his father's on the record to say, boys will be boys. Are we going to hang boys for committing rape? With that kind of a mindset, today if an official is speaking like this, it certainly raises questions. Whether the police is now seeking to do a sort of a cover-up, and are they in terms of, under pressure to take care of the accused rather than the victim?
Mr. Kohli, I want to ask you about how the government has handled it. This afternoon, we're hearing that they've transferred 45 police officers across the state, suspended some of them, and one of those officers who's been suspended is the Senior Superintendent of Police of Badaun. Is this enough, or is this just another attempt at covering up?
What is enough is when the Uttar Pradesh government gets down to governing. Secondly, what will be enough is to ensure not cosmetic changes, but ensuring that no crimes take place, and wherever, if at all, a crime takes place, immediate, swift action takes place without fear or favor by the concerned authorities. There are reports that children have been missing, FIRs have not been registered for weeks at an end. This kind of an attitude is not about governance. Transfer could seem cosmetic if the real changes don't take place. And finally, the Uttar Pradesh political setup, which is the chief minister, his father, his other relatives, who are all behind the governance of the state, they need to come out with responsible statements and send a message that law and order is non-negotiable and everyone in the state will be protected if anything untoward happens to them.
Mr. Kohli, one final question before we move on. A CBI inquiry has been demanded. How soon is that expected to begin?
Well, I can't comment on it because that's a matter of procedure. It's a matter of how the state government has sent it, what the central government does. So it's difficult to give a immediate structured response to it. We should wait to see what comes of it. But that does not mean that the Law and Order Enforcement Agency of Uttar Pradesh has to absolve itself from any other further investigation or work.
Mr. Kohli, we appreciate your time. Thank you for your comments on this developing story.